Again, this is me, JD, the host of The Hustler's Edge. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you're up to date.
So we've mentioned kanina that routine is important. So we got that. So based from our discussion, that routine is very important when it comes to trading. So, quick question for you: if I follow your routine, like, does that guarantee me as a successful trader?
Okay, so that's a good question. I actually don't know, right? Because if you're just going to follow kasi yung logic na if it's working, it should keeps on working, right? So if you are going to follow how my day goes, the way I trade, and even beyond trading, right? Kung paano ko pine-prep yung sarili ko,
Right.
I would say yes, right? However, we have to include kasi that you are a different person from me, right? And that's also the reason that whenever we teach people, we keep on saying, okay, you can follow your mentor, but eventually you have to make it your own. It's because of that. It's because each person is different. You work different from mine. The way you think is different from mine. And to be honest, you really cannot follow the way I think, the way I make those small decisions every time I make my trade. So it's almost impossible to do that. So you can follow the big picture, but the nitty-gritty, the small factors, how I feel that day, right?
Right,
You
yeah.
really can't. So it's important talaga that once you learn how to trade, that you find your own strategy, your own workflow, your own way of prepping yourself. So that's so important that you make your trading your own.
So basically, what you're trying to say is that you just have to follow that structure.
Yes.
I think 100%.
Yes,
That's what we do.
May skeleton that you have
Yes,
to follow,
correct.
right? Parang may ganun, may blueprint. But eventually, how you drive the car is still your way.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it, like driving a car.
Yes.
I like what you said, Coach Jerry, about that. Again, I think the most important thing that I just want to summarize what Coach Jerry was saying is basically, yes, we have to follow the foundation of the strategy. But as you mature in that strategy and as in your trading journey, you need to make it your own according to your personality. Some personalities are scalp traders. Some personalities can be swing traders. I'm talking about intraday swing traders, or ikaw, you're a swing trader yourself, diba? But the thing is, what you learned was basically from that, how you became a swing trader was based on a basic foundation of a strategy. Pero I like what you said.
Yeah, and I'm going to add to that. Even you are my mentor. Your mentor is also my mentor, right? But honestly, the way you trade and how Marcelo trade is not the way I trade now.
Now let's talk about the trader's dream, right? So, Coach X, I think this question suits you well.
Sige, ano yan?
So, do you think that trading influencers are making more money by trading or just by selling the course? Where do they make the most revenue?
Actually, very good question yun, no? I would say, sa influencer circle, no, madaming gumagawa ng course and they're not really profiting from trading. I would say madami. But there are also a lot of exceptions din na they're making decent returns, consistent returns, and they're also making from selling the course. One of the questions that I always get, no, kung siguro criticisms from the public is, if talagang gusto namin magtulong as a teacher, why would you sell a course? Why don't you give it for free? So, I would always explain kasi na, for one, it's energy management. Pag sinabi kasi nating energy management, if I were to teach, for example, that would take a significant portion of energy away from me that I could use sa trading. Okay?
Correct.
So, for example, sinabi ng isang student, free dapat yung turo mo. So, let's say I do it, and I've done it. Dati talaga, when I first started coaching, I did it pro bono. So, ang nangyari kasi is, sa pagtuturo ko, and it's really tiring to teach, sa totoo lang. Sa pagtuturo ko, na-drain yung energy ko to the point na hindi ako makakapag-trade during the time na dapat mag-trade ako, which is yung New York session. So, for those asking bakit hindi free, it's primarily because if you don't charge, yung mangyayari dyan is wala kang income to cover the times that you don't trade.
Yeah.
Because you're teaching. So, siguro nakakalimutan din ng tao paminsan na coaches are humans as well.
Correct.
And they get tired. So, ngayon, actually, after naging coach ako, mas na-appreciate ko yung mga teachers natin. I do believe they are underpaid. Kasi ang hirap magturo talaga. So, that's why I believe, no, even if you're profiting from trading, I don't recommend that you do it completely for free. Some companies naman, yung coach nila, they receive salaries, which is good. So, yung mangyayari dyan, at least compensated yung time and energy nila sa pagtuturo. And I would say, no, a lot of influencers din, they don't really profit from trading. They would more profit from selling the course. But then at the same time, yung magiging dyan is if they don't, kumbaga wala silang skin in the game, hindi rin maging effective yung pagtuturo. So I would say teaching and trading, although they go hand in hand, they should be treated as two separate entities. Kasi you need two separate skills for that. So ang mangyayari dyan, yung trading mo, you wear a trading hat. And then sa teaching mo, it's a completely different business. So parang teaching hat. Now, another point of view that we can look at it is from yung business point of view. So, sa business point of view naman kasi, meron kasi tayong rule na the rule of separate entities. So, even if, kunyari, may dalawang business, sister businesses sila, they have two separate financial statements. Okay? Hindi dapat sinasama yung financial statement ng business 1 sa business 2, even if they are sister businesses. And one of the concepts din na tinuturuan is, kung ikaw owner ka ng business, and meron kang business, hindi mo dapat sinasama yung personal money mo in the business. So let's put that concept sa trading. Meron akong trading account, that's my business. Meron akong school, like dito ako sa 30-minute trader, I'm a coach there. So ang mangyayari dyan is yung personal money ko, hindi siya dapat nangingialam doon sa teaching ko. Hindi siya dapat mangingialam doon sa other businesses ko. Kasi medyo unfair doon sa other businesses ko if this one kailangan mag-abono pa. So that's pretty much the rule of it from yung entrepreneur point of view and also from yung energy management point of view.
Right. Tsaka we want to avoid yung pag-overlap, right? We want to keep things separate. So I'm curious about you being a trading educator. Like, what is your success rate like?
Pagdating sa trading. I think for me, yung success rate, kada trader is very subjective kasi there are different styles of trading. So different styles tend to create different kinds of results. So just because one person has this kind of results, eto hindi ganun ka-sexy yung results niya, it doesn't mean na eto naman hindi successful.
Right.
So like let's say, what if yung style mo pang swing trader? So that means you don't get fixed na profit every day, unlike maybe a scalper. Ganyan. So, ako for me personally, I look at yung parang yung percentage capital growth ko. Okay? And usually kina-count ko siya by quarter kasi swing trading yung style ko. So, I don't really do it per day kasi madaming beses wala akong trade per day. And there are even months na I don't trade. Okay? So, kaya sinispace out ko siya, to be fair sa sarili ko, in terms of sa quarter na lang. So I would say for me a good percentage growth per quarter, siguro nasa kapit at around 40-50% per quarter. Ayan, for me that's pretty much good kasi ang ini-aim ko usually is siguro 15 to 20% per month. Medyo on the high risk side na yan, yung account na yan. If I would go sa mid risk, I would probably go for around 10%, 12%, mga ganyan. Yung low risk ko siguro mga nasa maybe 2% to 5% per month.
Yeah.
Of course, kailangan natin i-take note din na not every month will be a good month. May mga losing months din. That's why yan yung naging basis ko sa success rate. It would be per quarter na lang. Actually nga, yung mga ibang trading, per annum eh. So, I guess it would really depend. For me, personally, it's per quarter.
Per quarter. So that's how you gauge if you're performing well or not based from the capital growth
Oo, net profit sa capital growth per quarter.
per quarter. Okay, I think that clarifies things kasi a lot of people do it annually. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, like hedge funds do that
Annually.
right? Annually.
Oo, annually.
Right.
So siguro it depends din eh. Yung mga iba, monthly. May mga iba naman, syempre na blinded, daily. So yun. Pero
That's hard.
although may mga iba daily din, kaya. If they can pull it off. Yun nga lang, if you're a beginner and ginawa mong daily yung basis mo, yari ka.
For me, I do agree. And I think what you mentioned kanina, it's people have different trading styles and that changes the success rate for each individual.
Yes.
Like, I know you are a swing trader, Coach Dom is a day trader, Coach Jerry, ano ba yung trading style? Swing din.
Swing kami parehas.
So it does vary, right? Aside from the growth, yung capital mo, like is there any other metric that we need to measure para we can say na successful to?
Parang mahirap siyang i-gauge aside from money, no? Siguro talaga, I would say, the best talaga is really, if you wanna be objective,
Yeah.
it's really yung percentage growth. So, the first thing that you need to ask someone whether successful siya is, how do you measure? So, do you measure it per month, per quarter, per annum? And then, kung net profit siya based on yung ginawa niyang metric for that, yung time period, then I would say yan yung pinaka objective way to say na okay ba to. Or if you want something more subjective, yung income goal mo. So, pero yun nga lang, babalik ka kasi ulit sa income goal at what period of time? Monthly, quarterly, or
yearly.
annually. So yun. So if hindi percentage growth, you can use income goal. Like kunyari, per quarter, I want to earn, kunyari, 500K, mga ganyan. So you can use that as your metric. So you might not be able to hit it exactly, pero how close you are to hitting yung target mo per time period, yan yung siguro magsasabi din ng success rate.
I think that's that makes sense. No,
Fair
coaches.
naman yan.
Yeah. Okay. I think one of my question is, was there a time that you felt na trading felt like a job rather than a passion?
Actually, yeah, it felt more like a chore than a passion. Kasi honestly, trading became a passion for me. Nai-enjoy ko siya. It actually grounds me. But it became a chore nung... Siguro there was a time na nag-start kami na magbigay ng trade ideas or yung mga signals. Kasi there was a time nung yung sa 30-minute trader, yung academy namin, we did provide trade ideas. And parang yan yung way to learn and earn ni students. Which is okay. Maganda yung concept in theory. Ang nangyari kasi din ay yung style ko kasi very filtered with sentiment and fundamental analysis. Swing trader din ako. So yung style ko is very boring and yung style ko talaga hindi ka madalas makakuha ng trade. And there would be sometimes kapag nagko-consolidate yung market all the way, 2 months hindi ako magte-trade. So, may mga times na sobrang mangungulit yung estudyante sa akin. As in, sometimes ipi-PM pa ako whether gumagana pa ba yung trading ko or whatever. Relax. Nagbibigay naman ako na update na yung market hindi suitable para sa style ko. So, umabot sa point siguro na na-pressure din ako. And then, it ended up na para lang makakota ako so that I can show na may ginagawa ako, hindi na sinusundan yung rules. So that's when it felt like a chore. Kasi hindi na siya natural eh. Kumbaga, hindi na siya natural way of trading ko. It became dictated by other people, which yan yung mali ko. Hindi dapat. So again, this would go back to yung education na, okay, you need to explain, this is yung style of trading. If that's not your style of trading, kunyari student, if that's not your style of trading, pero my style yan, edi why not we create or you create your own style? Para if naiinip ka doon sa style ko, you can have your own more short-term style.
Right. I think you just have to backtest it.
Oo, yun. Backtest, i-forward test, do all the necessary, tapos i-practice mo siya. Then, they can create their own naman. No problem naman yun. Kaya nandito yung mga educator din.
Okay.
So, sa akin naman, madalas nangyayari yan na para talaga siyang job. No? Kasi, other than trading, I'm part of some brokerages, right? So, talagang minsan, pressured ka to keep on trading, to keep on analyzing. Pero there are times talaga na yun yung times na talaga parang short talaga siya. There was a time nga na this was this year lang na sobrang taas ng Euro USD, halos walang balikan, that I felt na nakakatamad mag-trade. Sobrang nakakatamad mag-trade. And it happens all the time. But still, it doesn't mean that's bad. Sabi nga natin kanina, trading is supposed to be boring.
Yeah.
Right? It's always that, no, na ganun talaga. And sometimes trading is still not trading, not having a position, is still trading. The good thing about my way of trading is it's really my passion kasi to look at the chart. So sometimes out of the blue, kahit tinatamad ako mag-trade, nakita akong news or may narinig ako or mayroon akong idea, I would still go back to TradingView. I would still go back to my apps just to check how it will work. So yung mga times na nagkaroon ako ng parang losing streak, yun talaga yung parang mag-angat sa akin. Kasi it's not about losing money anymore. It's really just about I just really want to know what will happen with this strategy, what will happen with this kind of trading. So siguro yun, maganda siguro na talagang you are a trader and you actually have a passion for trading.
So how long was your losing streak?
Losing streak, meron ako nabasang white paper. So this was a study of one hedge fund. I forgot the hedge fund. Talking about statistics when it comes to trading. And I love, as I mentioned, I'm a data guy. Sabi doon, there's a big percentage wherein you are going to experience 10 losing trades straight. And that is normal. So just imagine 10 losing streak, right? Most traders, ayaw na nila by the fourth losing trade, ayaw na nila. They're going to stop. But according to that statistic, it's normal. You're going to experience that a lot of times. So for me, losing streak, yes, I do experience a lot of losing streak. And this is something that I also tell my students. As long as you have the right risk management, right risk-reward ratio, you should be able to. It shouldn't put a dent to your capital if you have 10 losing streaks.
Right. Yeah.
It shouldn't. If it does, your risk management is wrong. Basically, you should be able to survive at least 20 losing streaks.
I think that's that's a challenge for us traders. Like how do you rise above those losses?
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the things that, since we're talking about losses already, when it comes to trading, there are uncertainties. Like that's a fact when it comes to trading. So how do you deal with varying payouts? Because not all the time it's rainbows and butterflies, right? When it comes to trading, you'll have your losing days.
All right.
So how do you overcome that situation?
Coming up next.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Talk to you soon.